Welcome back to another episode of Greenwood's Vanilla Scoops, where Greenwood, who's a great mapper in his own right, finds new and kind of rare maps that you may not have come across in your travels. These are just regular old maps. Some are old, some are new, and it's a good way to find new things to play.
Okay, so the first scoop of the week is from a author by the name of Tony Boyer. His towards the end, he went by the moniker Frogger. So the first map is from Tony Frogger Boyer, and it's called Staging Point. It's from 1997, and it's a base-themed map. It's a like a medium-sized map. I'd say it's good medium-size, maybe like on the smaller end. As far as enemy count, it's 53 enemies on easy, 57 on normal, and 62 on hard. And he's had several other maps under his belt. Mostly he did a lot of deathmatch maps in the past. As far as single-player maps goes, he had a couple of base maps, this being one of them. And he also had some metal theme maps, and they both had the prefix of blister. He had like a blister 1 and a blister 2. But I picked this one as his best vanilla map out of his exploits or what have you. And it's just it's a really cool, clean base map. It's got some really interesting kind of chunky brushwork. Some nice variety of textures per room, very subtle little changes. So this way, when you're playing the map, the rooms vary a little by little. I know a lot of people, when they play base maps, they complain about, all the rooms looking the same. What he did is I looked at the notes. He modified a lot of the textures from the original Quake and both expansion packs, Armagon and DOE. So he did some little subtle changes, and he said in the notes that this level is slated for use in the upcoming Quake World's Total Conversion project. So he wanted to do like a TC type deal. He said after new Quake C and models are added. So he had this map in mind, and he did another base map called Ozarm, which if you play this map and you like it, I would say to also check out that one as well. I didn't think it was as polished as this one was. There's a little bit of an ammo balance issue, but it's actually it's a lot of fun as well. But this one I thought this one was really cool. The way he did it. If you look at the opening scene with some of the architecture of the roof and some of the beam work, it also has really cool moving machinery gimmicks that you might have noticed when you played the map.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, like, you go into one room and you'll see the key on one end of the room, and then, you get up to a certain platform, and all of a sudden, like, the thing comes over on a conveyor belt. There's another room where you walk into it, you kind of grenade or you bust some heads, and then all of a sudden, like, these mechanics come out, trapdoors open, and then these arms come up and remove plates and expose a key.
Yeah, that was really impressive. That was the thing that jumped out at me. I was like, wow, that's very cool. You don't see a lot of that, and it immediately was like, okay, how do you do that? How did he do that? Okay, yeah.
It's always cool when you play an old map and it does some stuff, and you're like, how, you kind of stop and you scratch your head. It's like, how did he do that exactly?
Right,
it's like,
exactly.
I know you can go up and you can go down, but how did you go up, down, out, and about? It's like,
right.
That was really quite clever. He also has, in one particular part of the map, he's got like a busted pipe that he uses, that he employs like a trigger push, like a wind tunnel that kind of spits you out to another part of the map, and you get like a little miniature ambush. And I just thought it was really quite, slickly done. I don't know. What did you think about the map?
Well, a lot of what you said, I think it's a cool little map. It's kind of almost a bite-sized map in some ways because you can kind of breeze through it. I love the brushwork at the top and throughout. Although the only issue is you get this kind of beginner mapper syndrome. Although this is not his first map, but you definitely I got stuck on the geometry a couple times. I was like, dang it. But those movers and all the little clever things he added to it. This is a map that mappers need to play for sure. Anyone who's mapping should play this map. But yeah, my only critiques were like getting caught on geo, and then it was a touch easy because I usually play everything on normal. So if it's easy for me, then it's probably way easy. But yeah, it's definitely a good one for aspiring mappers to take a look at.
Yeah, and then one thing I noticed, and because it didn't list that there was any secrets, but
Right.
if you notice when you played the map, and there's almost like kind of like two mysteries to this map. There was in one section there was a red armor up on the rafters, and I'm still wondering how the heck do you get to that sucker? Because I looked all over the map trying to figure out how do you get to it. And then I don't know if you noticed it, but when you play the level, at least on normal anyway, there's like one enemy that's not killed.
Yeah.
And
I noticed that.
I went through the map. I'm like, there's no fish, and also I have the fish fix in my particular build, and I'm like, where is that? Where is that sucker? But it could be, just some simple. It could be like, just one of those weird gremlins or what have you.
Yeah, I thought maybe a grunt might have fallen in water or something. I just assumed that was the deal. It's like, oh, I missed somebody. I don't know
Yeah,
where they are.
but I believe that's his the best vanilla map that he ever made. It's a really neat one, and I mean just the mechanics alone is worth checking it out. And then one other note I read in there, it said when he was mapping, he was just as a little point of curiosity, he was working for the U.S. Navy as an avionics technician, first class.
Nice.
So it looked like from the notes and from what I could gauge, he was doing some mapping, and then once he got out of the military, he kind of like went on to different avenues in life, and that's basically it as far as that first map goes.
That's it for this episode of Greenwood's Vanilla Scoops. Thanks for hanging in there. We'll see you in the next video.